I understand why people thought it was me. I understand why people blame me. I don't think it's right, but I understand.
Will and I are in such a good place, and that now we can be together in a way that works for us.
That was a nice one, okay.
Divorce is not an option. We're gonna be together. So we're gonna figure out how to be happy.
It took me a while to figure that out.
Out here, Richard. Oh, wow.
Jada Pinkett Smith's revelation about her marriage. Alright, so let's talk about Jada Pinkett Smith's revelation about her marriage. It's a pretty juicy story, to be honest. First off, she's dropped an explosive perspective about her reluctance to tie the knot with Will Smith. I mean, we've all heard stories of cold feet, but she was practically freezing. She felt so upset that she had to go through with a wedding she didn't want. Imagine walking down the aisle with that kind of baggage. Not exactly the recipe for a dream wedding, right? But wait, it gets even more interesting. She spilled the beans about their marriage having different stages. Like, imagine a relationship having chapters. The honeymoon phase, the rocky period, and whatnot. Jada revealed that there were times when she and Will considered not being together. That's some real talk right there.
I came as family. I actually didn't go to the Oscars as Will's wife.
Will and I are in such a good place, and that now we can be together in a way that works for us.
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. In regards to how I saw myself, that I was not aware of.
It's a bit like peeking behind the curtain of a Hollywood love story and realizing it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And then there's the whole house thing. She talked about how he built a house and called it her lake. It wasn't just any house, it was like his personal ego booster. Will thought he was building it for Jada, but turns out Jada had a different perspective. It's like a classic he said, she said scenario. Her take on it was pretty revealing. She thought he built it to cover his own ego, not for her. That's some raw honesty, I've got to say. So Jada's revelation about her marriage is like a roller coaster ride through the ups and downs of a Hollywood love story. From her reluctance to marry and crying through the wedding, to the different stages in their relationship and the house that became an ego cover, it's a whirlwind of emotions and insights. It just goes to show that even in the glitzy world of Hollywood, love stories have their share of drama and complexity.
And we are really concentrating on healing the relationship between us.
You know, we definitely tried to give up on each other and just couldn't. It just wasn't allowed.
Dismantle all the romanticism, and I just want to love Will as he is.
Award show fiasco. Now let's talk about the juicy details of the controversial incident at the award show. It's the kind of Hollywood drama that gets everyone talking. So, picture this. Jada Pinkett Smith's eye roll at the award show. It was the blink and you'll miss it moment that caused a massive stir. Jada rolled her eyes in response to a joke made by Chris Rock, and it was like a match lighting a powder keg. But here's where it gets really interesting. Her husband, Will Smith, didn't take it lightly. He swiftly reacted to defend his wife's honor, slapping Chris Rock in front of the whole audience. It was a jaw-dropping moment to say the least. Now let's talk about the joke itself. Chris Rock, who's known for his edgy humor, cracked a joke about Jada's shaved head. It was all fun and games for him, but clearly it struck a nerve with Jada. The audience's reaction was a mix of laughter and discomfort. You know, that awkward moment when you're not sure whether you should laugh or cringe. It's a classic case of a comedian's joke taking an unexpected turn.
I understand why people thought it was me. I understand why people blame me. I don't think it's right, but I understand.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord.
Culturally, we're always blaming women. Like, I had to really go deep into that.
And as with any good Hollywood drama, the media went into overdrive. News outlets, talk shows, and social media were buzzing with the incident. It became the headline story overnight, with everyone and their dog sharing their 2 cents on the matter. People took sides, dissected the events, and analyzed the implications of the slap and the eye roll. Public reactions were all over the map. Some applauded Will Smith for standing up for his wife, calling it an act of chivalry. Others were more critical, saying it was an overreaction. The incident ignited heated debates about respect, personal boundaries, and the consequences of crossing the line in the public eye. So, there you have it. It was a perfect storm of a comedian's joke, a spontaneous eye roll, and a protective husband's reaction. The media frenzy and public reactions turned it into a hot topic of discussion, with everyone sharing their opinions on the matter. Hollywood drama at its finest, right?
That was a nice one. Okay.
You know, I had one situation and that was it.
Yeah.
I've been really working on myself.
Yeah.
And it was so sincere in his eyes. I'm like, that's the Chris I know.
Gender dynamics. One prominent aspect of this incident brought to the forefront is the all-too-common tendency to blame women for men's actions, particularly in public situations. It's like a societal reflex, where if something goes down, it's often the woman who ends up shouldering the blame. In this case, Jada's eye roll became the focal point, and she was portrayed as the instigator of the entire incident. Now, about Jada being portrayed as the instigator, this narrative painted her as the one pulling the strings, almost like a puppeteer behind the scenes. It's as if she gave Will Smith an unspoken command with her eye roll, which led to his reaction. In the court of public opinion, this portrayal shifted the focus away from Chris Rock's joke and onto Jada, suggesting that she was the one who triggered the whole spectacle. But it's not just about this specific incident. It's part of a much larger discussion about societal expectations and ingrained gender narratives.
And we are really concentrating on healing the relationship between us.
I've worked with Chris. I know Chris. Am I always a fan of Chris's stage work? No.
I will never leave Will's side.
Never.
Ever. No. And that's all, you know what I mean? I'll never leave his side.
Women often find themselves under the magnifying glass, with their actions or reactions scrutinized far more than men's. In this case, it was Jada's eye roll that became the center of attention, overshadowing the joke that prompted it. It's a classic example of how public perception can be shaped by preconceived notions about gender roles and behavior. The incident sparked discussions about how women in the public eye are often held to different standards than men. It highlighted the underlying gender narratives that tend to color our perception of events like these. It's a reminder that we still have a long way to go in breaking free from these stereotypes and treating individuals equally, regardless of their gender. In a nutshell, gender dynamics is a crucial aspect of any incident involving a couple. It brings to light the deep-seated tendency to blame women for the actions of men, and how Jada Pinkett Smith's portrayal as the instigator reflects broader societal expectations and gender narratives. It's a wake-up call to reevaluate these dynamics and strive for a more equitable and fair society.
Here. Uh-oh. Richard. Oh, wow.
And at the same time, there was love and compassion for Chris. There was that.
Oh, yeah.
Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated.
The power of a simple gesture, impact on celebrity relationships. First, let's talk about the power dynamics in relationships, especially when they're under the intense scrutiny of the public eye. Celebrities, like any other couples, have their dynamics. However, they often have to navigate these dynamics in a fishbowl, where every move is observed, analyzed, and dissected by fans, critics, and the media. The incident involving Jada's eye roll and Will's reaction was like a live theater performance of their relationship dynamics playing out for the world to see. A simple gesture, such as an eye roll, can trigger a cascade of actions and reactions that might not be proportionate to the initial gesture. In this case, Jada's eye roll set off a chain of events that included Will's reaction, a public spectacle, and widespread discussions.
How do you feel now? Do you feel worthy?
Oh, I feel so worthy. Just knowing who I am.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
We are in a place now that we are in a deep healing space.
It's a stark reminder of how minor gestures can have far-reaching consequences when you're a celebrity. What might be a casual eye roll in private becomes a global talking point in the public eye. Celebrities walk a fine line when it comes to maintaining composure under public scrutiny. They're expected to be poised, professional, and composed, even when their personal boundaries are crossed. In this incident, we saw Will Smith momentarily stepping outside of that composed public persona to defend his wife. It's a testament to the pressure and expectations placed on celebrities, who often have to balance personal emotions with the demands of their public image.
In their life, but when something bad happens, it's a woman's fault.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Divorce is not an option. We're gonna be together. So we're gonna figure out how to be happy.
Personal and public personas in Hollywood. The incident had a lasting impact on Hollywood narratives. It serves as a reminder that even in the glitzy world of showbiz, where everything often seems perfect, there's a human side. It's a narrative that goes beyond the shimmering facade of red carpets and spotlights, offering a glimpse into the raw emotions and complexities that underlie the lives of celebrities. In essence, it shattered the illusion of perfection and reminded us that everyone, even the rich and famous, faces challenges in their relationships. The incident also made us contemplate the fine balance between personal emotions and public conduct for celebrities. On one hand, they're expected to be role models and maintain their composure, but they're also human beings with feelings.
Me understanding the context of Will and I behind the scenes, what just happened on the stage.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
You know, me being the adulterous wife that had, pushed Will to his limit.
Took me a while to figure that out.
The incident highlighted that celebrities are not immune to emotions, and sometimes they're pushed to their limits. It's a lesson in empathy, understanding that celebrities, just like us, can have moments of vulnerability and passion. Furthermore, the incident underscored the importance of loyalty, respect, and standing up for loved ones in the face of adversity in the entertainment industry. Will Smith's instinct to protect his wife was a sentiment many people could relate to, regardless of the Hollywood setting. It's a lesson in the enduring strength of personal bonds and the courage to defend those we love, even when the world is watching. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.